Hello, welcome to my first YouTube video for Ladies Aligning Mind.Body.Spirit. I am here to talk to you about a subject that's very touchy and very emotional for most women like me. So emotional that most women can't bring themselves to speak about it on camera, but I am going to do that. Today we are talking about mirror moments. And a mirror moment is a moment when you look in the mirror, and we all have, especially women, we're always looking in the mirror, whether it's to check how we look, check our makeup, make sure our hair is okay, do we look good before we walk out of the house. But this type of mirror moment is a little bit deeper than that. But it's those moments where you look and you see yourself and you think, how did I get here? Who am I? Where am I going to go from here? But if you're a woman who's experienced sexual assault or sexual abuse, those moments can be a bit harder. Part of it is you see yourself as a body. Part of it is you may see yourself spiritually and realize that in some places you are still broken and you have not healed. And in some instances, you look at yourself and think, you're your own worst enemy. How did you let it get this far? It happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, or even 2 years ago. And you're wondering, why am I still dealing with this? Why does this still haunt me? Why does this still bother me like it does? And how did I let this instance of rape or molestation completely take over my life? When you look in the mirror and you have that mirror moment, it forces you to think about who you are and all of the experiences that have made you who you are. And a mirror moment is really a reflection of your life. It's never too late to make a change once you have a mirror moment. It's never too late to get the healing that God has for you. It's never too late to come out of the darkness that you've been living in for the past few years and find your way back to the light. When I was molested, I was 10 and 11 years old, and I don't remember a day until I was 25 that I didn't cry, or I wasn't upset, or I wasn't thinking about it constantly. My spirit was broken. The molestation in my life was more traumatic than the rape was. And it doesn't mean that it's the same for you. It just means that if you have been violated in any way, even if it's not a sexual assault or a sexual abuse, we all tend to react the same way. And what we do is we retreat into the darkness, and many of us allow that experience to completely take over our lives. What happened for me is one day I had that mirror moment, and I saw myself. I was about 25 years old, and I said, this is it. The next 25 years of my life will not be like the first 25 years of my life. In that moment, I realized something has got to change. And that mirror moment for me meant I'm ready to take my power back. Somebody took something from me that did not belong to them. And unfortunately, I've let them keep it. And it kept me in the shadows and in the dark and in depression and in shame and in guilt about what had happened to me. What I had done, and what you may have done, is you've let that experience define you. And it wasn't meant to define you, it was meant to refine you. So if you're still living in the darkness, one of the questions I have for you is, how long are you going to let the abuse continue? Someone broke me, and it took years to fix me and make me whole again. And that is what I want for you, and that's why I'm starting this conversation, because in 2011, God gave me a vision for Ladies Aligning Mind.Body.Spirit. And it's not an organization, it's a movement. It's a movement that I hope you will join, so that women like you and I can get back to what God has purposed for us. We can move forward into a life of living in full exposure. We can step out of the shadows into the light and say, I am still here. I matter. So what I did is I decided to go on a journey to healing. I've been on that journey in and out, sometimes committed and sometimes running away, because sometimes it was just too painful. People say whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but I also believe that whatever doesn't kill you should motivate you to live your life to the fullest. There is something about experiencing something and being an overcomer that makes you stronger than the average person. We've got to find a way to come out of the darkness of who we are. And I'm not saying that you have to do a YouTube video or blog about it or even tell your best friends about it. What I am saying is it's time for a change. It's time to live again. It's time to realize that you are worth every good thing that God has purposed for you. You are worthy of love, of joy, of peace. You are worthy. You are good. You are strong. You have been through something that would have killed most people, and yet here you are. And so the next time you have that mirror moment, the question that I hope you ask yourself is, now what am I going to do? And I hope you'll come back and subscribe to this channel, and we can figure that out together. If we can change women, we can change the world.